Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me today. So I'm back to working in my winter rose journal, which as you can see is coming along really quite nicely. And I want to work on the back just here because all along I wanted a pocket in the back, and I thought I would have, a layered up pocket, maybe made from some like scrapbook paper or something. But I have a new idea, which I kind of wanted to give a go and just kind of see how it goes really. So here's my thinking. So I've got this book page pocket. It's, as you can see, a very simple bog standard book page pocket. I make up a load of bases in advance so that I can just use them as and when, decorate them up as I come to use them. So this one is just 3 layers of French book page. This is actually a romantic story as well. And just folded up into a pocket just here and then stitched around. So size-wise, width-wise, that fits just perfectly in there. And I think the camera is a little bit off to one side, so if it doesn't look straight, then yeah, that's why. Just ignore that. So yeah, the book page pocket just fits perfectly width-wise, and of course the whole thing can be a pocket. Now I don't mind that, but I kind of feel like even if it was decorated up, and even if there was something in the back just here, there's not really much going on. So then I started thinking about whether I could use a window envelope behind it. So here's what I've started thinking about. So something like this, where we have a window pocket with a tag inside or a journal card, and then we've got the book page pocket, and then potentially something just here as well. Not to cover up the window too much, but just enough that there's multiple pockets then. So that'd be 1, 2, and 3 pockets. So this isn't a tutorial, it is very much just a come join me as I figure this out. Now of course the book page pocket is wider than my envelope, but I was thinking about, I've made up some ruffles yesterday, because I was probably going to add some ruffles to various pages anyway, and I thought potentially we could have a ruffle down here. Obviously everything needs decorating, but if I had a ruffle like that, then, I mean, it's not perfect, but at least it's sort of disguising the fact that, things are not the same size. I just want to see how it would look if this was moved over a little bit. As I say, I'm still kind of figuring it out, but this might be useful to some of you who want to use some of your envelopes and such like. Now I don't actually mind that is off to one side there, but I'm not sure. I have to figure this part out because it obviously it affects how I'm going to decorate things up and how I'm going to glue things down. Let me see. I think I'm going to go with that. As I say, it's not perfect, but we're making do with what we have, aren't we? So I'm just going to put my journal to one side, somewhere safe, because yeah, don't trust myself with glues and such like. So what shall we do next? So I kind of want to start decorating up these different elements. So I'll show you what I had thought. So I'm going to put book page in the back of the envelope so that when you pull the card out, it's it's not just security envelope, it's something nice. So I was thinking this for the inside. This is just a page from the kit that I've cut down into to fit. And I've got these clocks which come from the Journal Boat. She's recently made them, and I think I got a whole bunch for like £1 or something. And I was thinking, because I'm trying to cover up obviously this Royal Mail part, And then of course I've got something there, so I can use like butterflies and different things. So what shall we do first? I think I will start on the envelope. So just in advance, so I'll just take this out because I don't need that just yet. So just to prep, I have done a bit of stenciling around the window and some stamping, just to tone down some of the white. I didn't want to remove the white completely, which is why I didn't tea dye it, because obviously I'm using quite a lot of white in this journal. But I did want to tone it down just a little bit and just bring in some more of that sort of pinky kind of colours. So I haven't inked this, have I? So you'll have to excuse my throat today. Unfortunately, I have come down with a bit of a cough, so if my throat seems or sounds a little bit scratchy, then yes, I'm afraid it is today. But no worries, just a cough. So I'm thinking if I were to have that there, because I don't mind eating into the window, but I don't want to eat in too much. So I'm just going to glue it down, because I don't need anything behind it. And then what I'll do is I'll just cut around it. Okay, let's go about that. There we go. So thanks so much for joining me. Sorry if I seem a bit rusty this morning. I haven't actually filmed all week. It's been another busy week, as I'm sure it has for all of us. But I did want to show you this because yeah, it might be interesting. So I'm going to keep that scrap because, you know, I could always use that to decorate something else. All right, do I need more glue? Probably. There we go. So what's the weather doing where you are? Today it is sunny but frosty. You know, looking at the car windows, looks like they all need a defrost. Thankfully we don't have to go out today, so we don't have to defrost the cars, but for those going to work and stuff, ooh, I don't envy them. Okay, there we go. So let's just see. No, I'm just going to put some more glue down here, just because if you don't do it now, it won't get done. There you go. All right, so let's just see how this is going to look. Okay, so we'll have that. So I'm thinking I'm just going to get on and put the book page on. So I'm going to glue it on 3 sides, just like you would if you were using it just straight onto a page or something. Now I had thought about whether I should chop the bottom of this envelope. Now I'm not going to. I know it adds bulk, but I don't want to eat into the envelope. Oh, I need to actually, let me just go down this side because the book page is bigger than the envelope, isn't it? So let's stick that down. Yeah, so if I am pulling stuff closer to me again today, then it's, you know, it's because, yeah, it's it's another cold one. Right, so let's just wipe that glue off because I don't need it there. There we go. I know, I'm not using my mat again. I don't know, I think it affects my working sometimes, having the mat there. I heard Tanya say that, you know, it affects her like ability to think creatively and stuff. And yeah, I can kind of see what she's saying, really. Right, so I'm just going to pop this in because obviously the whole point is that we're framing something in the window, so I want to make sure I'm happy with how that's all going to look. Let's see. I'll probably put a tab on this journal card, I imagine. There we go. Are we straight? Yes, I believe so. All right, so we have this. Now the next thing is I want to decorate up the book page pocket. So normally, well, in the past, I've put napkin down here, which I've then layered up stuff onto. But this time I think I'm going to use some of this sheet from the kit. I'm working with the Winter Rose kit from Sweet Vintage Prints. It is linked below if you want to check it out. So I think I'm going to cut that down to size. So if I don't mind having the bottom, that's fine. Now I am upset to remove or lose the you know, the French text, but this kit page at least has, you know, some scriptive kind of a text. So we're just going to make it work, aren't we? There we go. So it's too wide. So now I'm going to put it down towards the bottom because I am thinking about putting something along this edge anyway. So if I get it glued down, and I'm just going to glue it straight down, then I can just cut around it. Keep it nice and simple, that's my motto. Yeah, I don't like anything complicated, as you know, most of you know. I just like simple, and yeah, I like beautiful, but I like the simplicity of things. You know, I had this book page or this pocket already made, and then it's just a case of fancying it up and, you know, just getting things down really. And can't be simpler than a junk mail envelope, can it? There we go. Make sure I don't cut into my pocket. Can always trim up a bit neater later, so I don't want to keep you too long. I would like to get this done, and then ideally I would like to try and get I have an idea for the middle of the journal which I'd quite like to show you, but it just depends how much we get done. I'll trim that up on the trimmer properly later. Okay, so we have this. Right, what was the next thing that I thought of? Now, it might be that I changed my mind. No surprises there. But originally, I wanted to... So, that in itself is alright, but I feel like we could probably do more. And I had this... I can't remember where this came from. It's probably a Stamperia fussy cut. And I was toying with the idea of having this in the corner, because if we're going to decorate up this up here, then I kind of want it to, I always like a balance. So if I'm decorating a corner here, then I like to decorate the opposite corner. Just for me, for my eyes, it just balances it out nicely. So let's see about that butterfly. God, I can't get my words out this morning. Oh, I was thinking about putting a brad through that, and or we could put a butterfly there maybe. So I vaguely had an idea in my head, but you know, I always change my mind. It always happens. So I'm just, yeah, layering some up. So these butterflies are from Teal and Tattered. She offered a freebie, not sure how long ago now, but it was on her YouTube channel. And yeah, she just offered like a great big page of fussy cut butterflies in different colours. So printed that out recently. And yeah, it's been very helpful because I don't have any butterfly books. I do want to get one, but for now I just have to, if I see a butterfly, I nab it. But I do need to get an actual butterfly book because I do use them quite a lot. And I do like to use them. Just trying to decide on a word really and what I kind of want to do. Now it might be that we don't need the, if I go like this. I'm trying to cover up so you can see it. The spikiness of that flower is, you know, it's offset in my eyes because I want nice and soft. But I don't want to cover up my word, obviously. Well, that's pretty. Now I do want to cover that. Now I could just use some lace. That's a maybe. But I also have this. So I made a whole bunch of these yesterday. I will show you them because it might give you some ideas. So I was basically making just like snippet things with some scraps that were on my desk. So this one is I've got some book page, some lace, and then some of this gold fabric that you saw me unwrap last week, some of the boho fabric. And I've just stitched all of the layers together just really to form this kind of snippety thing. So I made a whole bunch of these, different ones. I've got this one. This is book page, some cheesecloth, and some of that gold leaf trim. And then I made some longer ones. This is lace, music page, and that gold trim. And yeah, I just made a whole bunch of those. As I say, just using scraps left over from things, and they turned out quite pretty. And it's a really good way of using up your, you know, book pages that don't have very nice language on them. I was able to cover that up, so you can't really see it at all. I'm just trying to decide whether to go for simple lace, white lace, of course, or whether we want to go with something more out there. And I need to decide whether to cover up the back, because I'm going to have stuff in the pocket, of course. I don't know, do we continue the page? Is that too many roses? No, that's sort of the wrong colours, isn't it, really? Don't want to introduce too many different things. I'm going to see about this, so I'm just going to cut it down, and then if I don't like it, I don't have to use it. Yeah, it's one of those try it and see videos, I think, this one today. I hope you don't mind too much. I know some of you like videos like that, where, you know, you're just seeing something evolve and take shape and stuff, like much like, you know, I mean, that's how we craft, isn't it? We have an idea and we just sort of work with it until we're happy. Now, obviously, if I do that, because I've got the pocket, I mean, I could just stick it down. Sorry, cogs whirring. I hope you sort of see where I'm coming from. Right, I'm just going to get these butterflies down because at least then that bit is done. And whilst I'm doing that, I can have a ponder about what I'm going to put in the back of it. Because I don't want to overdo it either. Right, let's make sure we keep some movement in this butterfly. I don't want it to be flat, too flat. Obviously it needs to be stuck down, but we don't want them to be too flat. So what I would be very interested in hearing from you is what kind of themes and colours do you like to use in your journals? Because I've been speaking to a few of you in the comments recently, where we've been sharing what we like, because obviously, as you've seen in a few of my videos recently, I've been using a lot of like bright colours, haven't I? And lots of pinks. And, you know, that's not everyone's cup of tea. It's my cup of tea, but, you know, not everyone's. And, you know, although I'm going to keep doing what makes me happy, and such like, I'd just be interested to know what you think. About, you know, what colours and themes do you like to use, because we're all different, we all like different things, and yeah, just you know, I'm a nosy Parker, so that's part of the reason why I'm asking, but also because it's nice just to get to know you, really. I mean, you know, you see what kind of things I like, and yes, it's very very pretty, very girly over here. And, you know, I like to use flowers and butterflies, birds, nature, that kind of thing. I love all of that. But I do try to, I do go with pretty, really, don't I? Let's be honest. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but, you know, each to their own. Right, so if we go like that, and oops, screwing up my butterflies. I only printed these onto presentation paper to save bulk, but also it just prints a bit nicer than card, at least with my machine. There we go. Oh, I was going to have that down there, wasn't I? Let's just move this slightly. Try and fit this butterfly in. Ooh, sticking it to myself. Oh, that's looking so pretty. Yeah, I just wanted to get the butterflies down. I know this one covers the book page, but I needed to get the stuff down that I was definitely sure about, because then for me it just helps me, because then I can just layer up from there, rather than what I'm trying to do a lot of the time is think ahead several steps, and my brain just doesn't work like that. So I just like to get things down that I'm sure of, and then from there I can start deciding about this other stuff. So we're going to have to cut this down to size, aren't we? Cogs are whirring as per usual. So let's try and cut this as straight as I can. For those of you who know me, I do not do straight lines, do I? Right. Because that side's going to be hidden anyway. So let's chop a little bit more off. Yeah, I don't do measuring either, if you're new to my channel. I'm sure many of you know that already. I'm just keep going until it fits. And I'm sure, that does not save time at all, but it's just, yeah, just fun, isn't it? So say we were to have this. Is that the right size? Sorry. Hello, if you can see my head. I'm just checking. So I don't want it to get in the way of the pocket, but if that was glued down, it would be okay, I think. It's the only trouble with doing the pockets in advance is obviously I've got it stitched closed, so I can't just slip that in there out of the way. Okay, now let's see. So I'm done with those words, aren't I? Let's see whether we want any of this. Just to finish that edge off, and I can always cut this down if I have some more. Let me just have a little look, because I made a whole bunch of these, as I say, last night, so let me see. That one's too wide, I don't want wide. I mean, I could always... No, I've only stitched once on this one, so I do have to use it. I was going to say I could just cut, so it's just one line of this stuff. But, or I did have this, which, it's too long for my page, so I could always use some of this maybe. These are the times when I really wish you were here to help me out. What would you do? Let me think. So if we have this down, I'm going to lose part of that butterfly, aren't I? If I can very carefully just move that butterfly over. Ooh. All fingers and thumbs this morning. It's alright. Yes, I was using the tacky glue. That one doesn't show up, when you make a mess. So we were going to have that. It's looking very extra, isn't it? I don't mind though, because this is a wedding kind of a journal, so it's alright if it looks very extra. But is it too much? I'm just going to take this away. maybe. And I'm just going to try this one. So if I cut this down, so I don't want the, just gonna cut it, not straight because it is snippety, but straighter. Some of those moments where I wish I could just stare at it for absolute hours. And, you know, if I was on my own, I would be. Oops. Just move these. Right, I'm going to pop it down into the journal. Sorry, my let's just see. That looks really pretty. It does. It does. I promise you it looks pretty. You can make up your own mind about that, but I think it looks pretty. I think I was just telling myself it looks pretty, Justine. Okay, so then we would have this kind of down here. I'm kind of tempted just to leave that as the book page, because what I did like was it talks here about L engaged, and I'm sure it's actually talking about doing something rather than getting engaged, but you know, we can make up our own stories, can't we? Because let's see how we look once we've got everything in the pocket as well, because that is going to help us, isn't it? It's going to help me. Is once we've got everything in that we were going to have. So I've got these. These are from Nanine from Collage Type. She's got a her Cottage Rose kit, which I've been using here and there and everywhere. Oh, we do lose that butterfly, but no matter, it is there behind there. That was just from a greeting card, vintage one. I'm going to go with that, you know, I think it's got enough pink. We don't want to overdo it. But then, of course, when you take these pieces out, you can then read that French text, which I think is a nice kind of a look. So there we go. We've made a decision. Isn't it amazing? Let me just move these out of the way. Excuse my elbows. So what did we say we're going to do? We're going to pop this down. And that's not a straight line, you see. It's narrower at one end, wider at the other. And I'm okay with that because obviously we've got this detail down here, so we can follow that line. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this. Now these snippets that I made, I used book page and music sheet beneath because where I was going to be gluing them down on the pages, I thought that it would be easier for the glue to, you know, take to the book page rather than onto wholly lace kind of a material. And then it also helped get everything through my sewing machine as well. So just my 2 cents. Okay, now I'm okay with it being sort of not stuck down completely because you know, I like a bit of movement. So let's just chop that one down. It's very, very nice feeling, isn't it, when you've got an idea in your head that you're sort of, you hope will work, but you're not really sure because you've not done it before. And you just start building it, don't you, into something that you just think is absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, you're just layering things up and it just becomes something, and it's so pretty. And it's such a nice feeling. I'm going to put a little bit more glue just there, actually. Sorry about that. My husband was just taking my dog out and he got very excited. So I'm just going to have a look to see what we think to that in the back. Just to see if we want anything else, because I was looking at this gold trim. Sorry, let me just move a few things out of the way. Hemmed in again, aren't I? Yeah, I was looking at this gold trim and I was trying to decide whether it needs anything itself. So let's put our ruffle down. That's looking so pretty. Oh, I just love being able to layer things up and it just becomes something. So I'm also going to put these in just because, you know, I know you're going to take stuff out of the pockets and everything, sure. You can replace them with other stuff, but at the end of the day, this is how it will be going off to somebody, so I want to make sure I like how it all looks. I think I quite like the butterfly there. I don't know if it's butterfly overload. Without, I just feel like it is, you know, I mean, if we're going to go extra, I might as well go extra, right? Is there such a thing as too many butterflies? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Why not? Okay, so we want you about there, don't we? So again, I don't want to glue the whole thing down. I want it to have a bit of movement in the wings, as best as we can anyway. About there. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I could have done, you know, a flip and things. I did contemplate having this flip out or something flip out and then have something that you find underneath, because I love secret hidden pockets myself. But because I knew that I was probably going to have the ruffle down the side, you know, it had to flip this way and it would have gotten in the way. So I think it will just be all completely glued down. So off camera, I won't worry about that now. I'm going to line the junk mail envelope with some book page. I've either got this one which talks about Valentine's Day love letters kind of a thing, or I've just got some pretty script text, so I'll just decide later what I'm going to have. So when you pull out the tag, you've got something nice in the window still. Obviously I need to glue the whole thing down, and then I probably need to ink, you know, these bits that I'm going to have in the pocket. Now, of course, I stuck this book page pocket down as a... That's a good point. So I stuck the book page pocket down as a pocket, but then I added that butterfly. So yeah, I probably should have just stuck the whole book page down, but that's okay. It is what it is. It's no worry, is it? So you could fit something thin in there, but I don't think it's worth doing. You know, that's very extra and there's a lot going on. But what do you think? Do you think it looks pretty? I do. If I do say so myself. So there you go. That was my idea for the back. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, oh, and I need to glue up the envelope back once I've done the book page. So yeah, there's a few things that I need to do yet, but I just wanted to give you an idea as to what I was thinking for it. And then of course I need to ink around the whole thing, probably do a bit of better gluing, that kind of thing. But yeah, I hope you like the idea of that. We were just layering things up and it became something. So I think I will leave it there for this video. And I really hope you like how that would look really nice on the front of the cover actually, wouldn't it? An idea for next time perhaps. Alright, so I'll leave it there for now. Remember to, do let me know what your themes and colour choices are for journals, just because I'm nosy, I want to get to know you. Sorry if the video's been a bit just straight into doing it, but it's because I didn't know how long it was going to take, and I think I'm under pressure because I'm trying to keep to the 3 videos a week, maybe 4 videos, because I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but of course a lot goes into making a journal, doesn't it? So, you know, I do like to, I do like to show you as much as I can, but anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next video.